I started getting the pull to help people when I first started thinking, what am I going to do in life? So I knew I wanted to help people. I didn't know how. There was many iterations of that in my mind. When I graduated college, it's when I was a psychology major and I sprayed my resume out. I wasn't sure what to do as a psychology major, but I knew I wanted to help. And I think that's the only way I could describe it's where a series of divine interventions happened for me. So yes, I could say I kind of fell into it by accident, all that
The
stuff.
calling happened.
But yeah, I kind of see it as, kind of the path started to open up for me, where one of the places that called me back was an adult day program working with individuals, adults with developmental disabilities, behavior issues. I went on to the interview and, I'd always envisioned myself being able to work with really challenging individuals. One of the movies I liked back in the days, it's an old movie, is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah. So movies like that always really inspired me. And being able to work with vulnerable individuals was something that really called at me. So I remember driving into my interview, and there were individuals that were walking a little different, maybe things were coming out of their mouth and they were making, different sounds and stuff. And I remember instead of feeling scared, I felt really excited. And I felt like, oh, this is that experience that I was looking for, that I envisioned. So fortunately at the time, this was in the late 90s. If you had a car and you breathed, they hired you, so I was able to get that opportunity. And that was essentially my introduction to applied behavior analysis, because the director of the facility and also the owner of the company were prominent behavior analysts. So we ran a lot of ABA programs, and that was my introduction to the whole behavioral approach. Up until then, I would say that was my least favorite class or classes in my undergraduate program. I used to be a lot more interested in abnormal psychology, psychoanalysis, all of that stuff interested me more. I remember the psychology of learning and operant conditioning, all that stuff. I was like, get that away from me. But the application piece is what just really called at me. To be able to collect data and see the impact of the work that we're doing and be able to see it graphically displayed, to me, was just really, really reinforcing. And it was essentially the hook that hooked me into not only this profession, but the science.